Okay, so this particular lesson is on managing your portfolio in Trello. It is pretty much using all the previous lessons we've done before prior to this and really combining it all together. So I think I'm going to keep it short and sweet for this one. As you guys know, for me, these are my three strategies. So I have three columns: buy to let, flips, and service accommodation. And I put one example property over here. And again, the first column is all about templates. So this is from one of our earlier videos, a template in which we had created custom fields, a description of the property, a little bit on the ROI. Now we can work more on this to spruce it up. So this was a template. So I created this particular property in my portfolio from this template. Now let's look at this. Over here, what I would do is change the cover to the picture of my property, just as a reminder. And again, always think of scaling it. Always imagine that you have a portfolio of 30 to 40 to 50 properties. These are going to get hard to remember, so it's good to keep these visuals in mind. If you have handful, it's easier, but we are building it for us to make it scalable. We're trying to be property investors and have a portfolio over here. So these are important things to keep in mind. I mean, for me, it's all about the mindset, right? And that mindset should be reflected in the way you set up your systems. Okay, so going back to this card, I've got a bit of a funny nose, hay fever time. So these are some of the fields we had. Now I think we can add more fields to it, more relevant fields. Now again, this is a property that it's not anymore in the offer stage. I have purchased it and it is in my portfolio. So some other relevant columns to add for this one could be um, who is the mortgage or finance details. So whether it's bridging or um, mortgage. Then another one could be um, amount borrowed. Then it could be mm, 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 a good one to have is date the property was purchased. And I think we can move, oh, sorry, move them. I think I would try to move it a bit higher. Come on. There you go. And you can shuffle them accordingly as what makes sense. I'm just basically noting down some custom fields for you guys. For me, some good ones is some things I like to know is EPC, pre-refurb, and post-refurb. So I'll have two of them: EPC pre, EPC post, refurb. Then what else can we think of? Okay, let's leave it to this for now. And anything else you can think of, obviously keep adding it over here. And that just shows up over here. But these are the core ones. So I want to put the main information over here. As I can see, it's purchased on 12th of August. Oh, sorry, I didn't put a date here. Let's put yesterday's date. And you can see over here the date it was purchased. Just a nice clean view, exactly what I want to know, the main things I want to know. So I put probably who the mortgage is with over here, and maybe when the next mortgage is due. So going back to it, one of the things to keep in mind is the remortgage date. If this is for me a buy to let is with this strategy, I do remortgage after 6 months. So I want to put due date. So you can put a due date over here, and you know when exactly it is to be remortgaged. Or let's make it 9. Or the other thing you can do is I have something called a checklist of main recurring items. So all my gas safety checks and anything else and remortgage. So I put it over here as a date. just as a reminder, and you can see it in the calendar view after this. The other things to see over here, which I find handy particularly, are the old pictures and then post refurb pictures over here. So just keeping it all together, and I've just pasted the pictures here. So I can edit it to call kitchen old. Just handy to have, especially when I'm going for remortgage and say creating my refinance document. I'll use all this information that's over here. It's easier, just quick to compile, and then I will attach my refinance document over here too, just on my records. Then what else did I want to show you guys? Um, I would attach over here, if you say maintain, I mean, I particularly maintain, say for this particular property, and a Google sheet for all the cash flow, what's going in and out, and the rent coming in and out. So I would attach all the relevant files that you're maintaining as Google Sheets or Excel, and link it to the Google Drive and put it over here, link it over here. Again, a nice folder for this particular property. Then I'm a bit anal about my due dates for things, especially I want to be recurring. So this is a long-term property, right? For 10 years, I want to be reminded of different things to check with this property. It could be the tenants and stuff. Oh, going back to tenants over here, I can also add fields for tenant information over here, and how much is rented for, etc., and who the tenant is, and who the letting agency is that's managing this particular property. All good information to add, and you just can beef it up. You can see these are key information that's probably all over the place if you don't have a good system. So I highly recommend, at the very least, even if it's only one property in your portfolio, do this. Going back to the dates, so you do have in power ups, which are additional tools you can use to what you have over here. You have something called calendar, which you can add. The other one is this Plannyway that I use. Oops, my battery's weak. So a calendar view would give you a view like this. Say, let's go in um, the month of here. You can see some of them over here, gas safety checks as a reminder. But what I actually prefer is this particular add-on. I've just signed up for the trial, so you'll see it says 14 days trial. So this is my trial Trello account just for recording videos. I have picked the board. You can pick whichever board you want to see the view on. I have picked portfolio. This is my portfolio view, and these are the different columns. So for this is the property over here we're talking about. And if I click on this, you can see that I can add a bit more detail over here. So I want to keep it, if I want to keep something recurring, I'll say do it every year. I can customize it to say, remind me every year about something. Over here, I'll have due dates, etc. Let's put something, yeah. And then if I see it, you basically see it like this. And you know what property you're seeing, which one you're seeing it in. I mean, I think I like this particular power up mainly because I can do recurring reminders better over here, and also then I can plan to set it up such that I get email reminders, etc. But regardless, you should be coming and visiting this particular board every month at least once, so you know you don't miss any key dates, checking your calendar view. So hopefully this is enough for you guys to think how you want to set up a portfolio. And as you can see, different options really comes down to you, what details you want to put in. I would also put in over here all my calculations on my ROI, all the Excel sheets I had used for going ahead with this property, all my backup exits, how much it will flip for, whatnot. If I do that, all the statement of work for the refurbishment, I'd put it over here. Other ideas would be, say, if you break it up, the payments and invoices to builder, I'll put all my invoices over here. Any ongoing future work, anything I get from the letting agency of repairs, I'll put it over here. Then what else would I put over here? Well, I hope I've basically given enough food for thought, and this really is your Bible for this particular property, and that's just how you create and record all your portfolios. And it's just a nice, clean way of doing it, and an easy way of doing it and managing it. Hope you all like it. Speak to you guys soon. Have a good day. Bye.